how would you talk about mortality credits to a financial advisor?
Well, yeah, so there's a misconception that if somebody buys an annuity and then gets hit by the bus after signing the contract,
Right.
that the insurance company becomes rich on the back of that individual. And that's not how an annuity pool works. The mortality credit is everyone has unknown longevity. Some people, unfortunately, won't live long. Others, fortunately, will live much longer. Mortality credits are the willingness of people to enter into that pool such that if you are short-lived, you're willing to subsidize the income to those who are long-lived. And it's those who are long-lived that receive these subsidies from those who were in the pool but didn't make it as long. That's what the mortality credit is.
Okay.
It's the subsidies from the short-lived to the long-lived. And the insurance company is just facilitating that sort of...
And so that's the big risk I take on the annuity product, right, is that short-lived element. But to that extent, what's to stop some adverse selection going on? You know, what's to stop me saying, well, you know, my dad is 100 and still going, and his dad was 95. You know, what's to kind of stop us skewing towards longer living people?
Well, there's nothing that stops that. The only way you could eliminate that adverse selection component is forcing everyone to buy an annuity.
Right, a Social Security model.
Right, so that deals with adverse selection. But if it's voluntary, there's always going to be an element of adverse selection. Now, it doesn't get out of control in the annuity market because there's still so much uncertainty about longevity. Like, I may kind of know I should live longer than average. But you know, there's still accidents that can happen and so forth. So there's still a lot of variation. But there definitely is adverse selection in the annuity market. The payout rates on annuities would not match the overall U.S. population. They match a subset of that population that does live longer than the average American. The actuaries at the insurance companies are trying to estimate how much adverse selection there is and do adjust the pricing for what they expect to be a reasonable level of adverse selection.
Yeah,
so
if we all start living to 200, you know, we're going to have to up those over time.
Yeah, and that's a different kind of risk as well. Some sort of systematic change in longevity. If we cure cancer or something like that, then annuity payments are going to last a lot longer. Right. Insurance companies naturally have a little bit of protection there if they also sell life insurance because there'll be less death benefits paid out, more annuities. But yeah, that's a risk as well that could impact insurance companies in a negative way.